We have exactly $50 to spend here at Ulta today to get a full face of makeup. I'm talking complexion, lips, eyes, and that's gonna be really hard because you can't even fill up your gas for $50 today. So let's see if we can do a full face with it. Let's go. All right, so here are the rules. We have obviously $50 to spend. Gotta include complexion products, primer, foundation, concealer, lip products, anything, lip gloss, lipstick, and then eyes. So mascara, possibly eyeshadow if we can find some, but I doubt it. And another rule I set for myself, which I'm gonna try to follow, is to have different brands. So not get everything from Essence. So that's gonna make it a little bit more challenging. So first thing is primer. So I have done a little bit of research before we came here, just so we're a little bit more prepared. I'm gonna choose an Essence primer. They are $5.99. I think I'm gonna go with this Glow Like Honey Dewy Primer. Never tried this. Again, it's $5.99. I feel like I need a dewy primer because I'm more on the dry side now. So let's go with this. All right, foundation's next. For foundation, we're gonna do Milani, and this is the Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation Plus Concealer. This is the trick I have up my sleeve because it is both a foundation and a concealer. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this challenge is not possible if you're gonna buy separate foundation and concealer, because foundation is so expensive and I feel like concealer is right underneath. So I wanted to find a foundation that had both so that we can kind of cheat the system a little bit. Milani one is the one that I chose, and it's in the shade 05 Warm Beige. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna go with it. I forgot to mention that this foundation and concealer, it is $12.99. I'll put the total on the screen somewhere so that we can all keep up with it together. All right, next is setting powder. So like I said, I did research before we came here, but the powder I wanted, that was $6, not here. So we have to improvise a little bit and just hope and pray that this comes out on budget. But this is the LA Girl Pro Powder HD High Definition Setting Powder. This is $8. Still with LA Girl, for blush and bronzer, I had to do a palette because, again, everything's so expensive. We need to try to consolidate things as much as we can. So this is the LA Girl On Cloud 9 Bouncy Blush and Bronzer in the shade Misty Mauve. Bronzer looks a little dark, not sure if it's gonna work, but it's literally the only one they have left, so I have no choice. And this is $8. Next is mascara. We're at e.l.f. and I've never tried an e.l.f. mascara. I'm very picky with my mascara, so I don't know if it's gonna make the cut, but this is the e.l.f. Lash It Out Loud Volumizing Mascara. When I looked online yesterday to do my research, it was on sale for $6. No longer the case. It is full price at $7. So I feel like an over budget is gonna happen, but hopefully let's keep our fingers crossed. So next is brows. This is the Makeup Revolution Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Warm Medium Brown. This one is $7, and I absolutely hate doing my brows. So hopefully this is easy to work with and makes my brows not look too red and makes them look good in the end. So brows are secured. Last but not least is lips. Now we did have a little hiccup because we thought that the product that I really wanted was not on sale, but it turns out we think it is, so hopefully it all works out in the end. Ulta Beauty is the brand, and this is the Ulta Beauty Plumped and Pout liquid lipstick. They only had really crazy colors left, and these were 75% off, so it should equal out to be about $3. You can see all of our testing that we did. This was the most normal color that we could find. This is in the shade Star Attraction. So let's head to the checkout. Let's see how much over budget we are. I can go ahead and tell you we have nothing left for eyeshadow, so we're gonna have to improvise with what we have here on our eyes. So let's go. One thing that my mom, who is the camera girl today, she reminded me of is that Ulta always has a $3.50 off whatever coupon. So we're gonna use that. So hopefully with that other trick up our sleeve, we can make it within our $50 budget. You guys, we did it. We spent $50 and some change, and it was all thanks to that coupon that we were able to make budget. So now we're gonna go home, we're gonna take this makeup off and put this makeup on, and hopefully we made some good choices, because a lot of the stuff I have not ever tried, so it's questionable. We're back home. Sorry for the jump scare. I've got my makeup off, hair back, we're ready to go. Let's just dive into this. I have not tried any of these products. I'm very excited, but also nervous because they're like on the lower end of the affordability spectrum, which normally means it's not that great, but let's see. Hang on, gotta drink my 7 Brew real quick. All right, first step is the primer. This is the Essence Glow Like Honey Dewy Primer, makeup gripping. Oh my. Oh, it smells like honey, but like a ferret. It smells like a ferret. Oh my gosh, it really does. It it's not good. I think I put too much. Besides the smell and the fact that I put way too much on, I feel like it's making my skin feel very hydrated. I mean, obviously it looks like a grease ball. Next is the product I'm most scared about. It is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer. This was the most expensive thing that we bought because obviously it is a foundation. But like I said earlier, I kind of had to do it because there's just no way I could have bought a foundation and a concealer, you know, like to make the 50 bucks. So it is what it is. I'm gonna do half my face with a brush. We'll see how that looks. And then if that doesn't look good, we'll do it with a sponge I have on backup. Let's just go right into it. Love that it has a pump. That is very nice. Okay. Oh, the color does not look bad. Okay, it's really not that bad. It's really not. I'm just curious. I'm gonna do the other side with the sponge. I just wanna see what it's like. Look how bad this sponge is. It's so disgusting. But it's the one I just keep going back to. I just love it. It would probably help if I cleaned it every once in a while. Let's see what the sponge side has to say. For once, I kind of feel like the sponge side still has as much coverage as the brush side. I'm actually, dare I say, impressed. Color is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very shocked. I don't think I've ever used a Milani foundation. I feel like I've only ever used like a blush maybe back in the day. I just don't gravitate towards that brand. But I mean, is this showing us that we kind of need to do that? I mean, hello? Foundation is on. Let's move to the concealer part. So I'm gonna put just a little bit on this really dirty concealer brush. Everything I have is dirty brush wise, not like life wise. You know, I typically keep my house and self pretty clean. So let's put this underneath my eyes, which feels very wrong. I can see, I don't know about y'all and in the camera, but I can see a little bit of difference, a little bit more coverage under this eye compared to this eye. Let me know what you think. Do you see any difference between eyes? Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more and put it on my constellation down here. The coverage of this is actually impressive. I mean, I just covered up that little freckle, you know, just because. I'm just going to smooth it out around my nose just because that is a very big problem area for me. Everything usually looks better when I do this with a sponge anyways, regardless of the foundation. Okay, I really like this. I'm very shocked. Very, very shocked, but that foundation, concealer, okay. I see you, Milani. Next is setting powder, the LA Girl Pro Powder, high definition setting powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and say, I just don't think this is gonna look good. I just don't. As we age, we tend to grow lines in places. This is a normal part of aging. However, not all setting powders are created equal. Some create more lines than others. Some help your lines. And I don't think this one's gonna help, but okay, it is a very finely milled powder. I don't know, oh Lord, okay. No waste, we're not wasting. Very finely milled powder. And I don't really want to use this powder puff it comes with. So I'm going to use my own like little, I call it a planchette. You know, it looks like a Ouija board planchette. So we're going to use that. I feel like it fits underneath my eyes pretty well. It smells weird. First impressions, does it make it look kind of darker underneath my eyes? I can't tell. I feel like it does make it look blurry? Question mark? It's so finely milled, it's literally going everywhere. Now, I don't think this is a powder that you can bake with just because it's not really putting off a lot of white necessarily on your face. Like, it's just, you know, a pure setting powder, which is fine. It's just a note. I don't know how I feel about this powder. I feel like it made my face look a little bit darker, even though I can see like a white cast from the extra powder. I don't know. The powder is definitely out for debate right now. I don't know whether I like it or not yet. We did not have enough money for eyeshadow. The only thing I can think that we can do for just a little bit of something in our eyes is to use the bronzer from our bronzing palette, which I have done several times. I am very scared about this bronzing palette though, because it was the only shade and I just am scared it's gonna be a little bit too dark, but you know, we're just gonna have to make it work. Well, if it does anything like it's doing in my eyes, it's not really giving a lot of color payoff, so I guess that's good. Okay, eyes are done, super easy. I'm just going to brush off the rest of that loose powder. We're gonna go in with this bronzing palette on my face. This is the LA Girl On Cloud 9 Bouncy Blush and Bronzer in the shade Misty Mauve. It's actually really pretty. Again, just scared about the color of the bronzer, but we're gonna just go for it. Okay, I see it a little bit. It's a bronzer. This is what I would call muddy. It's not the worst bronzer I've ever tried. What was that? But it's definitely a far cry from being the best bronzer I've ever tried. So, you know, it's good that it's not a lot of color payoff, but it's also bad because the color that I do get is not great. Okay, we're gonna stop the bronzer there. It's fine. Everything's fine. That powder just completely canceled out that dewy primer because it is dry as the Sahara on my face right now. If you have dry skin, I'm not sure I'd use that powder. All right, let's go in with this blush. The blush is actually really pretty. I have high hopes for it. Okay, it's not bad. I actually like that blush a lot. The face is done, and I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. I think it looks pretty good. I have not looked up close though. That could be a whole different story. Let's move on to mascara. This is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud mascara. I've never tried an e.l.f. mascara, so I'm kind of nervous that this is not gonna be that good because normally I tend to only like Maybelline mascaras. The wand does not look that bad, and it's pretty saturated with the product, which is good. So let's just go right into it. I'm gonna try not to be messy. I'm normally very messy and it's very annoying. I feel like mascara is what takes the longest on my makeup routine. Does anyone else feel that way? Okay, you guys, I actually like it. What? Okay, I actually like it. What is happening? I'm gonna try not to go overboard. This looks really good. e.l.f. Have I been missing out? Let's do the bottom lashes. It actually is grabbing onto my bottom lashes really well and separating them. I'm shocked. This eye's done. I'm actually so impressed with this mascara. I really like this mascara, but I think that you could go overboard easily because I think your lashes could get very spidery very quickly, I think is what I'm trying to say. But I think I stopped myself from doing that, and it looks really good. This challenge has actually turned out to be very eye-opening / fun. Can you see the sweat? Like I'm literally sweating on my upper lip. That's so embarrassing. Like what girl does that? You know, me, hello. Moving on to brows. This is the Revolution Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Medium Warm Brown. I hate doing my brows. I normally just do like a brow gel with like color in it because that's super easy and quick. But here we are using a pencil because it is the cheapest that we could find. Looks just like a regular brow pencil, a tip, spoolie. I'm scared it's gonna make my brows look pretty red because that does tend to happen with pencils, probably because I choose the wrong color. See, I've already done something crazy up here. Like, it's me, I think. I just can't do it. Like, what is this mess? What are we doing? Before and after, I just can't. I'm not a huge fan of this pencil. It's one of those that like the tip goes down really quickly. So like you use a lot of product, I feel like, pretty quick. I don't really like the brow pencil. I'm gonna say it, I don't like it. It's just okay, I guess. Not even that, I don't know. Well, one bad product out of everything, I will take it. Last but not least is the Ulta Beauty Plumped Up Pout liquid lipstick. This color is gonna be very dark. The packaging is super cute though. Like it's got little kiss lips up here, super cute. This is the shade Star Attraction. Yeah, she's dark. All right, let's just get into it. Oh boy. Pretty color though. No lip liner, did not have money for that. This is a disaster. It's very spicy. I guess the plumping part. Okay, don't judge me on my bad lip lining, but let's just look at the color. Lips are on, super dark, not the best lining, but let's look at the color here. So color is actually really pretty. It did say plumped up. I did not know that actually meant like, you know, the spicy tingling feeling. It does. And it is pretty spicy. Like, it feels like you have rubbed a big red chewing gum, all like you've chewed it a little bit and then like rubbed it all over your lips. That's what it feels like. I don't love the feeling. I don't really need plumped up glosses or anything because I pay for my lips to be bigger. So I don't really need that. I do really like the color. I think that it is really pretty. It did go on a little bit unevenly, but I think if I had a proper lip liner and everything, it would have looked a little bit better. It does make your teeth look very white. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Let's actually look close up into our skin because from far away, I think that my face actually looks really good. It looks blurred and my eyes, I'm so happy with that mascara. I think the blush looks really good. Bronzer, not the best, but not the worst. But I'm just worried about the whole base. Foundation is probably like my favorite product of all makeup products. So I tend to be a little bit more critical of it because I know exactly what I want. I am still sweating. Do you see this? It's so embarrassing. Please don't look at that. I think this actually looks really good. Like oh gosh. That mirror is long gone. The foundation looks really good around my nose and like on my pores. Like it's very, very blurred. I'm impressed. The blush looks good, but everything looks really good. My constellation is pretty covered over here. I'm very impressed. This challenge just goes to show that you can buy a full face with $50 if you're smart about it and if you use the coupon. So don't forget about that Ulta coupon. If there's any other challenges or anything else you want me to try, please let me know down in the comments. Like this video if you liked it. It was a lot of fun to film. I really enjoyed it. Have you tried any of these products? And after watching this, are you going to go try them? Because I'm not gonna lie, I really like the foundation. I'm actually like coming around to the powder because it looks pretty good on my face. So let me know what you think and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.